Today, we're going to my very last audition in Korea, and we even have a special guest. Alyssa, say hi.
Hi everyone.
Yeah,
I don't know if I'm going to audition, but I do have a song in mind, so I might.
Yeah, so Alyssa's gonna audition with us, and we're going to the jellyfish one. So let's go. So yes, for this audition, Alyssa did come with me because we took the train together, and the train system is a little complicated for me to go alone. So Alyssa and I arrived quite early, like about 10:45, even though the audition itself was 11. Initially, I did think we were going to the official jellyfish building, but it turns out it's just one of the buildings that they own, maybe just their audition section, because that's kind of what it looked like. So when we got there were posters that led us to the basement, third floor, so we went there, but all of the doors were locked because it wasn't 11 yet, so we just kind of stood there waiting. So while we were waiting, there were two people with us, so one person was just alone, just this random girl, and another girl who was really small was with her mom. So exactly at 11 a.m., we started the pre-registering, which kind of goes like this. And by the way, I was the first person to go in because the little girl with her mom was just like, okay, let them go first. So I was like, why not? I'll just go first. So they asked me if I had pre-registered online before because there was a form that you filled out, or if I was just there on the spot. So I said I did the online thing before, and they asked me my name, and they wrote it on this big, like the sticker, and then wrote it and gave it to me and sticked it on, which kind of looks like this. I am blurring my name because it's my actual Korean name. And Alyssa was just there with me, but she decided that she wanted to do the audition too, but she didn't do the online thing. So she said, oh, I just did the on-the-spot audition. So they asked for her name, her personal information, and she was asked to fill out the same form that I was asked to fill out like months ago on the online pre-registering thing. And they wrote kind of like this random number on her t-shirt, essentially, like her sticker, which says week 4, number 2, because she was the second person to apply that did the on-the-spot registering. But everyone was kind of done registering, like the line kind of stopped at 11:18. So that's when the people kind of asked us to form a line, which we did. And then they took 8 to 9 of us into this main practice room. There were practice rooms like throughout this building. It actually looks pretty good considering that it was like a basement room. I did very secretly film a video of what the audition room looked like. It was just a normal practice room, except there was one person in the middle with her camera just kind of on a tripod, and there were mirrors. So like I said, there was only one judge, and she told us to sit in our respective seats, so just kind of in order. And even though I was the first to apply, the judges kind of lined us up in a weird order, so I was actually the 4th person. Not gonna lie, I was a little scared, and it was a little awkward because the people were just staring at us like the other 8 people in the room, as well as the judge. And let's just say it here, the judge was not friendly, which I will explain more so in the video. So I will briefly explain the people that went previously before me. So this one girl started, and she was the one that was waiting with us just alone. And she sang, it was all good. I didn't know what song it was, but she sang pretty good. But she stopped in the middle and said she forgot the lyrics. So the judge was like that, and she was like, okay, then you can continue. And she just didn't remember, like the girl didn't remember. And so the judge was just like, and like she did not look happy. She looked so pissed. Her eyebrows were like raised to the maximum. It was kind of nerve-wracking, I would say. And so the judge was like, okay, we'll stop there. And then she was also like, by the way, guys, don't forget to introduce yourselves, like in a kind of passive-aggressive tone, and it was kind of scary, but from then on, the introductions were complaced. And then the first girl just felt awkward because she forgot to do an introduction, and the judge called her out for it. Anyway, the second person that won was actually my sister. She just sang for like the sake of it, and honestly, she said that she forgot the lyrics in the middle, but she covered it pretty well because she just repeated the first part of the song over again, and it doesn't really matter because who would know that, you know? And it was a song in English too. She's not important. And the third girl that went was the small girl, and turns out she's a 2012 liner. That's 7 years younger than me, which is crazy. And a little backstory here. While we were waiting, her mom asked the people that worked there at the jellyfish audition, she asked them if it was possible to do both dancing and singing, which is not possible. It specifically says only choose one category, but the mom was like, okay, but it'll only be short. Like the singing part will be really, really short, just one verse. And somehow she did convince them, which is not the right thing to do, guys. You don't make the rules just for yourself. So yeah, she pressured the employees and they allowed her to do it. And the girl didn't even seem like she wanted to do both categories, but the mom was like pushing her towards it. Anyway, it was her turn to go, and she just kind of stood there, introduced herself, and then the judge was like, okay, since you're doing both categories, kind of like in that tone, since you're doing both categories, you have to do singing first and dancing. And the girl was like, because she clearly seemed like she wanted to do dancing and then singing, because dancing is what she preferred to do, I guess. I don't know. And then the judge was like, yeah, isn't it better to do singing before dancing so that, you know, you don't get out of breath? Which, you know, she's not wrong, but she said it in a really, really mean tone. And especially because she's such a little girl, I was like, why are you doing that? And then the girl was like, okay, I'll just start with singing. And she started. And it was a song, Oh Friday, if you know that song. So she did, Oh Friday. And then she just stopped. And just stopped. And it was so awkward. I tried looking away and I didn't look at her at all because I know that would be more pressuring, but it was so awkward. So she started again and again and she just could not continue. So the judge was like sighing and she was like, okay, then let's just start with dancing. So she danced, I think it was, I wrote it down. Oh yes, she danced to Dum Dum by Somi. And afterwards the judge was like, okay, you can now start with the singing. So she started again and she just could not continue on with the lyrics, which I felt so bad for because I personally don't know that feeling, but I know the feeling of being pressured on the spot with everyone staring at you. It's nerve-wracking, especially at such a young age. And she did continue, but she stopped there again at like one verse. And the judge was like, okay, we'll stop there. And she said thank you and left, and now it was my turn. Not left, she was still in the room, by the way, just go back to your seat. And then it was my turn, guys. Unfortunately, this time I was not the third person to go, but I was the fourth. So because the people before me, they messed up to a certain degree, or my sister, she was just kind of timid. Like, it was just kind of very timid and like quiet environment, but I just kind of broke that with my introduction. I was like, hello, okay, I wasn't screaming, but you get the point. Like, I was like loud and confident. Then I introduced myself and then the judge nodded so I could sing. So I started. Like, it wasn't the best, but it also wasn't the worst singing I've done. I would say closer to the best, of course, but yeah, it was pretty good. I feel like it was just good in comparison to the other people, which I'm obviously not like flexing, but it was better than forgetting lyrics in the middle of it. But my sister, she said after the audition, was like, yeah, I understand why your audio recordings are always so loud and fuzzy. It's because you move around so much. And I was like, yeah, you're kind of right. So the judge never really stopped me, but I sang until the rap part because I don't know, I just felt really awkward, and I feel like that was, you know, it's good enough. So unfortunately I could not do my favorite part, which is like, you know, the kind of last chorus thing. I don't know. If you watch my first audition tutorial back in Canada, you would know. So I stopped there, said thank you, and went back to my seat, and I'll just quickly go over what the people after me danced to or sang to. So the fifth girl, she was a 2007 liner and she danced to Sneakers. It could have been better, to be honest. And then the sixth dude was 2009 and he danced to Beatbox. And this dude was Alyssa's favorite. Like, he did very well. Like, he danced pretty well, but the music stopped in the middle. And so the judge was just like, yeah, okay, we'll just stop there. And then the seventh girl was Japanese, and she introduced herself that she came from Japan to audition for this, which is very smart of her. And I think she was 2006. I don't really remember. And she sang to Psycho. And this girl was my favorite because her voice was really clear and she hit the high notes really well. I don't know. It was my favorite. And then the last girl, I don't know her age, but she danced to Tala Tala. And that was it. The judge said we could leave the room. And she also told us to like remove our sticker and put it in the trash, which I was kind of sad about because I wanted to keep the sticker, but it's okay. And on the way out, I did tell the Japanese girl that her singing was really good. And I wasn't sure if she like understood, but I think she did because she was like, oh my God, thank you. And afterwards, Alyssa was like, do you really have to talk to every single person you meet in an audition? And I was like, yep. She wouldn't understand introvert things. And on the way to the train station, I also ran into the girl, the first one that auditioned, and I was like, yeah, your vocals are really, really good. I tried not to mention the part where she made the mistake, but she was like, oh my God, really? Be honest, do you think I'll make it? And yeah, we just had a whole conversation. It turns out she lives in the same place as we do, which is crazy, and she was going the same direction, so we just walked together and we had a lovely conversation. But anyway, quick interruption here. I'm here to say that I accidentally deleted the clip where I was singing and I'm so disappointed in myself. But, you know, it's the same Why So Lonely. You guys have heard it a millionth time now if you've been watching my audition experience videos. But here's an unboxing. Please ignore the looks. I just came out of the shower, as you can tell, and everything is mint for some reason. But anyway, I participated in Jellyfish's kind of event thing where essentially if you tag someone, they'll choose 5 people or 4 people and they give you a mini gift, and I didn't know what it was, but I received it and I wanted to show you guys what it was. So it came in this little bag here, and so cute. Okay, so first thing is this pen here. It says play jelly, and it's got this little jellyfish. I mean, it's not really a jellyfish. I don't know why they're called jellyfish, but their logo is just a fish. But we have this pen, and then there's also a little mirror. It's a hand mirror. It's so cute. And then the next thing is this masking tape. I don't know if you can tell. I don't know where I'll use these things, but it's cute, so I'll take it. And then we've got, you know, the official logo. We've got the play jelly. I didn't even know they had these things. And then this one is a paper air freshener. The last thing is notebook. This is so cute. I love it. Blank notebook. That is very, very cute. And then here's the other version. I do like the other one better. It's also blank. These are pretty good gifts if I say so myself. There's a lot of them. So thank you, Jellyfish. And let's go back to the video. Thank you so much for watching. And even though this is the last audition in Korea, hopefully I'll be able to do more online auditions. Or who knows, maybe some auditions will come to Canada too. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!